All right, so I gave you the challenge before of making your display dynamic. So hopefully by now you have it showing 3 targets or 8 targets or however many targets you put in your screen. Um, Remember, play with this. Play with it as much as you want to. Do it your own way. But I can change this so I can pass it in the target size, for instance. Now, the target size would, you have to decide, is it the size of the whole target or the size of the bullseye that you're going to do there? And it doesn't matter what it means. I think it makes a little bit more sense to say the size of the whole target. So the idea is the target size should equate to this one right here. So if the target size is 75, then what is the size of this one and this one and this one? Now the choice is not a programming choice. It's a contextual choice to the problem. Programming is just a tool for describing, in this case, the math. It could be logic, it could be whatever, of the world involved. And so I can tell you, the easy math, the one we can do easily on here, is the target size divided by 5. I think that's the right number. 15 times 5. Yep. Is the size of the smallest one. All right. So that would mean that this one is not just divided by 5, but it's twice as big as that one. So this would be 2 times the target size divided by 5. This one would be 3/5 of the target size, and this would be 4/5 of the target size. So I can take the math concept as a number being passed in, combine it with this target size, and I can dynamically allocate each of these circles. And now I don't necessarily have to have it be nice round numbers either. So just to show you, I now have to fix all of these. So the center target location, I can now make 100, for example. And the outer target locations, I'm going to change to be 50. So pretend we're creating some display where you have a big target in the middle and 2 smaller targets on the outside. So notice in this case, I've had to change many lines of code, small bits of many lines of code all at once. If I was writing from scratch this way, I might have hard coded it and then change it like I did, or I might have just built it up one circle at a time. But I probably wouldn't have tried to do all the math and put everything together all at once. I'd probably have built it up a little bit at a time, one or the other. Either hard coded it and changed it to be dynamic, or like we did here, or created up one circle at a time while it was dynamic, as I talked about before, as we did before, except for it was hard coded. So now when I run it, oops, I still have a problem. Takes 3 positional. Oh wait, oh yes, sorry, I put the parenthesis and comma at the wrong spot. So you say init takes 3 positional arguments, but 4 were given. That was an entire accident on my point. Before I was making mistakes intentionally. This was an accident. I need this parenthesis still behind point. I can't add that extra parameter to the point. I have to add that extra parameter. Oh, shoot. I actually have it entirely at the wrong spot. I created the point. I need to add it here. Location 100. Location. Wow, I totally missed that. And maybe you caught it. Maybe you didn't. That's all right. Notice, hey, I'm not going to take this out. I'm not going to redo the video. I'm not going to edit it because we all make mistakes in programming. It's not a matter of doing it. I made a mistake and then I corrected the mistake incorrectly, but I caught myself as I was doing it. That's just experience coming in forth here. I saw this error. And I immediately, because of the error, I tried to fix this thing because I knew that, oh, wait, this isn't the parameter, this its own, so I fixed it there. So again, happy accident right here of me doing that. But now, just like that, I've gotten my dynamic size target. It's working, quite readily right away. I did it essentially the first time because of experience, because it wasn't a very hard change, because, well, I mean, I did make a mistake. It wasn't the first time, it was the second time. But I did get the stuff right in the top, but that's because I had a pattern to follow from. Because I hard-coded it, I was able to see the math fairly quickly there. Let's separate the coding from the problem. having to figure out the symmetry of the circles is a geometry problem, a math problem. It's a context problem. It's not a programming problem. It's part of the programming problem. I have to solve it, but it's not you learning the language. So don't mistake coming to terms with, you know, the funniness of graphics with perhaps your coding skills. And then, as I said, either way, by coding it incrementally and building it up that way, it helps me not only manage my coming to learn the code, which Python is not my core language. I doing pretty well, I think. I'm learning Python myself a little bit here. I've coded it before, but I haven't coded it in over a year. So I'm coming up to speed with that again a little bit here. But then by using this code small approach, it really helps me balance both that and learning the problem at the same time. All right. So I challenge you to go off and build this. If you want to get crazy with it, you could change the colors. You could pass in the colors to get put inside here. So you can make your target. You could either color every tier of the ring, or you could just make a base color or a bullseye color or something like that. We don't need to get that crazy for now, but just to know you can add whatever parameters you want to and customize this as much as you want. But for now, we've customized the size and the location, and then we'll build things more as we go. All right, so I'm going to leave you there, and we will pick up with other aspects. But this kind of really makes us have a really good target component to be able to use in whatever other drawings or in future animations that we want to do.